like good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. That will always be my signature opening statement. The statement is as a result of the fact that at any time in the entire globe, there are people who are eating breakfast right now. Some people are eating dinner right now, and some people are also eating lunch right now as we speak. So that's my thing. Today, I said I was going to use. You can see how I'm dressed today. Let's start a small talk. The way I'm dressed today is as a result of the fact that we are experiencing a very difficult weather in Dallas. As 2 days ago, we had tons of snow. It melted this morning, but the temperature is very, very, very low. Being in the south is the reason why in the north, like in Iowa, that was a piece of cake, because even in the last caucus they were doing over there, a lot of people didn't even come out because of the fact that the weather was too frigid for them. That's what I'm gonna put that aside very quickly and start with the meat of the day. Today, I promised that I was going to start with a bumper music, and the bumper music is that it's going to be copied in the way that said, "Hey, sobe, hey, sakita ni dami na di kudu banania amanani bobo Nigeria wemi kamodu gbantiti kamodu the gbantiti kamo why." That song, I'm going to point it towards sobe ani nani na dani nani kungamania amanani bo LGBT, the women, the people who are struggling with science, technology, and mathematics, and the people of African descent. But to my constituency, Amanani Bobo, Nigeria. No, my constituency. That is not boy. So I don't have to pay for my what do you call that? My bumper music. So today, today is going to be very, very dynamic, because I said that I am going to put today to make one simple podcast. And the podcast is going to be the fact that I am thinking of having a podcast in place. And for me to be able to do that, I want to be able to have the definition of what the podcast is going to be all about. And I mean well when I say that. And when I say I'm going to have a podcast, I'm thinking of having a summation which is equal to the future podcast that I intend to have going forward. That's that's going to be my introduction. That is the only thing that matters today. What matters today is that I'm going to have a podcast, and it's a community of like-minded people who are interested in having those people who have been marginalized to ground zero and lift them up to a level from 6 feet under to above the ground. What do you mean by that? When you say you're going to lift them up, you are going to take away the shackle. Then I also promised that I was going to do in this today, apart from the podcast, which I said this video is supposed to prepare you forward to be looking forward to, which is a community where we're going to be discussing a lot of the things that we are having in mind, but in a way that is going to hold fire to the constituency, which is women, people of African descent, the LGBT community, people who are struggling with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and women in particular. So I also made the promise that I will be covering some, like I told you, I mean, you must have picked up a while ago that this channel is almost like a news, breaking news and making news. Breaking news and making news from the angle that the media may have covered it, but they may not have taken it to the level of helping my constituency out. So the podcast is going to be, how do you have that constituency to be able to have every week when they go in and then look at the channel, they'll be able to pick up one or two things from that channel. Today, the whole world is just happened to be in Iowa yesterday night when Haley came out swinging, and she has now defined herself as a major player in the Republican Party. I believe that she's going to be able to beat the two other guys who are side to side competing with her. I have that confidence in her. So she's going to be able to beat them because she's the only one that has the good intention for this country not to fall apart. Or it's not really about this country, it's about how do we move forward as people, generally speaking, to the next level. So I have now said that I believe her performance yesterday was ecstatic and she's going to be able to make it. But it did happen too, yesterday too, that a brother came out to congratulate the winner yesterday. While he was at it, another brother counteracted him and made him believe that the original sin of slavery that is in our heart, somebody who won is not big on it. Then the other brother came out and said, lo and behold, I want to be judged by the content of my character, not the content of my skin. That second thing he said there is pretty much in the light of let the sleeping dog lies, which is the position that we as people of African descent took after we were sent 6 feet under. Let the sleeping dog lie, which is what also the women said when the men did come out, the epitomizer did come out and marginalize them. Then they fell back to the lies that they wanted them to believe, and the lies is out there right now. So I will continue to beat that drum, and that's probably going to have to be the title of my podcast. Then I will analyze that, what transpired in Iowa right there. I did read again that there was an article I read that has something to do with Ugboni in Nigeria. The person brought an ex-pastor and also brought in another order of the day